This is a great question, and it's actually kind of like a two-part question. Some of the skills that I think that you need to have as an operations assistant, whether you're in person or virtual, are resourcefulness. You need to be able to figure out the problem on your own without having to go to somebody else. I mean, that's not always possible, but 9 times out of 10, you should be able to find the answer to whatever problem you're facing on your own. Tenacity, follow up, and follow through. People want to know that if you're helping them run the operations side, that things are going to get done, they are going to be completed in a timely manner, and that you have a respect and understanding for deadlines. That's really, really important. Things obviously can flex and change, but you should do everything within your power to make sure that you are completing your tasks on time. And this isn't always the case, but if, let's say, you're doing operations management, you need to have the ability to keep track of and monitor the progress and follow up with other team members that have components of operations that might interfere with your deadline. So I know it's kind of a little murky, but those are probably the main skills. So tenacity, follow up, follow through, resourcefulness. You're going to get the job done, and you can think outside the box. So if you're getting told no, or something is not working, like, you can come up with a creative workaround, a solution that the other people on your team might not have thought through or have had the time to think about. Like, you are there to make sure things get done. So those are some of the conceptual skills that I think that are really important to have before going into the world of operations as an assistant. And I say that you don't have to have those 100% nailed down before going into operations, but know that those are going to be some of the things that will make you successful, and you can absolutely learn those skills and you can perfect those skills over time. Now, some of the systems, I'm not sure if you're asking with systems like, what does the workflow look like? But if you're talking more about platforms and things like that, some of the most important things to have, I find, are a project management tool. A lot of my clients use Monday.com. If they have a larger organization, they can have a lot of people on there and they can all work together, and that way all the updates can go into one project's board, and anybody attached to that can stay up to date on things. And then you, as let's say the operations assistant, can easily keep track of and tag people and call out information if you're needing an update. So a good, easy to use project management tool, and stick with it. Don't try it and be like, we don't like this. Give it a several months to figure that out. So a project management tool. You're also going to need a good digital files storage system. I prefer Google because it's like a one-stop shop, and it's all simple to use, and it's easy for to share things. That's really key. So if I have a document and I want somebody else on my team to see it, all I have to do is add them to it. So a good project management tool, a good file system, and then from there, establishing communication. So if you're working on an operations project, does all communication go into the project management tool? Do you communicate solely through email threads? And is that a single email thread or an email thread for each type of task? Or do you want to use something like Slack, where we have a Slack channel for this project, this operations project that's going on? Everybody knows that the standard is you put that information into to the Slack channel. Oftentimes I find that a hybrid mix is good. So for larger updates, those need to go into the Monday board for that project if you're using Monday.com. And then more day-to-day smaller updates, questions can go into a dedicated Slack channel for the particular operations project. So your role as the every organization does a little bit differently, but in my experience, my role as an operations assistant is really to keep the ball moving forward, keep an eye on what's going on, and in a sense, keeping an eye out for potential issues, problems, and helping coming up with solutions for those things. So yes, I do a lot of checking off tasks that are operations related, but it's a little bit more oversight and follow through kind of a thing. So I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, leave me another comment and I'll try to be a little bit more specific. But yeah, you can either leave me a comment here, you can send me an email. All my information is in my link.